Yeah, making a video, I believe. Yep. Okay. Anti-bullshitman, I think. So there's a couple of sections that are just kind of throwaway, in my opinion, of his blog. Link below. One of them is this general subject that people go over and over again. You know, who starts getting hostile first in these conversations? And who's guilty of ad hominem attacks and blah blah blah. And yeah, whatever. I mean, people will say what they'll say. I can't, I have no argument to make except the proof is sort of, I think, in the demonstration of the history of my existence in this medium. And, I mean, certainly there's some kind of subjects that are going to, people are going to have some passion about. There's some subjects for which I am quite unyielding, maybe racism or, some sexisms, some isms that, they're automatically hostile subjects. Rich man, poor man kind of stuff even gets into that a little bit. That it's just so obnoxious to have to even have conversation with people of such despicable ethics and value codes. You just can't restrain yourself from finding the conversation just so obnoxious that she'll get into a little bit of some of that hostility. These are basically people you wouldn't mind fighting a war against, bashing on the battlefield and all that kind of shit. So yeah, your blood's going to be up a little. So certainly I'm guilty of that. But in the rest of these conversations, whatever, I'm just going to say that I've demonstrated certainly a capacity to be quite patient with some people. Many live conversations, I've been the one showing the restraint and the discipline in terms of getting petty with insults. Well, why don't you just go kill yourself? But anyway, so fuck all that whole conversation. Anyway, I'm quite sick of it. I've lost patience with conversations about my impatience. Fuck it. Believe what you wish to believe. That all the other clowns on this medium are just honorable, decent folk trying to have rational conversation. Go ahead, believe that. But they're not. They're all agenda whores, and they don't like to fight fair. And that's just the truth. So anyway, they certainly love to take advantage of any kind of my majority status. Wow, it is really cold. My ears are getting cold. Anyway, just gonna get bitter. Good news is the bad snow ain't coming. So we're not gonna get any bad snow. I mean heavy. Oh, man, just cold. Triple cold. I really should have wore a hat thing. Anyway, that's your problem. So on to the next section, which was a rather short shrift, I think, on kind of a big subject, which is this whole subject of whether there really is that much to philosophize about. That the truth is pretty simple here, and we really should be able to nail this little coffin closed and ship it off and be done with it, because it really is a simple, dumb story, and that's it. It's just a simple, dumb story of whatever intelligence in the universe. It'll be a blip, and it'll be a really expensive blip. But that's it. Just a fart. A smelly one. Whatever metaphor is appropriate to the incidental, shitty circumstance of just a waste. Stupid waste. Anyway, the end. And so, yeah, he gives kind of short shrift to it, just throws in some insults, and then in the end says, oh yeah, but don't get me wrong, I pretty much agree with inmendham that, yeah, there's no new big idea train coming down the tracks. No, sort of game over here. What you got is all you're going to get. Damn, I should have brought my hammer. Got something. Always something. Work this hammer done kind of thing. Have to go with a natural hammer or something similar to it. Alright. Can't do much with that one. We just got to deal. Ooh, don't like dealing. Oh man. That's solid fucking ice. Holy crap. It's really not too bad once I get past these. Maybe some. Whoa. Man, it's just horrendously dangerous out here. Scrape up some of this stuff. Everything's frozen. Can't even scrape up some gravel. Alright, you stay here. Alright. I don't think this is nearly a good enough job I've done, but I'm just going to have to go for it. So we'll see. Camera goes in the water if I fail. So that'll be the end of you. End of this video. This is just going to be so not pleasant. Ooh. Yeah, that's just slippery, slippery, slippery. Whoa, this one isn't even good either. These are just, I'll just stay here for a while. Gives you a little relax. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's just horrible. I mean, I could go for the edge, but shit, the edge is, yeah, it's closer to the water. Ugh. Place the foot carefully. Move as little as possible. Alright, there. Sorry, I mean, it's part of my routine here. I do have to get where I'm going. Anyway. Alright, so this is kind of a, bigger subject than his commentary. But I think it's just kind of the subject. Is the fact that this is all kind of game over. Oh, there's a pileated woodpecker. Yeah, you'll never see him. He's in the V of a tree over there. They're like chickens. They're really big woodpeckers. Anyway, really cold for, to go south or something. Stupid chicken. Anyway, God, I hate out here. What am I doing out here? I don't even feel good. Anyway, where was I? Relaxing. Okay, yeah, there's nothing to be said. Yeah, there really isn't. The whole story can be told in whatever. I say 15 minutes, but even a half hour, you can pretty much wrap the whole game up. And, that's it. It's a stupid game. Only an idiot would impose it on anybody else. And that's it. Idiots. Only idiots play to win. Yeah, there is no winning. That's for sure. Anyway, which is sort of another subject where anti-bullshitman thinks, I think he thinks there is winning, at least perceptual winning, that somehow you have to respect, which I don't respect. It's really getting cold. It's supposed to go down to like in Celsius, like minus, I don't know, 20. Yeah, a lot. Some silly amounts. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, so maybe I won't drag it out. Can't remember what the next subject was. That one's probably, he wrote more. So maybe I could say more. But these two subjects, you just kind of glossed over them. Just used them as excuses to insult me. That was pretty much it. So, whatever. They're really not relevant. It's more of this crap about how to have an argument rather than an argument about arguing. That's what the next one was, vloggerdom. He pissed on the idea of debates. Yeah, he's big on this, the blogosphere. Yeah, somehow accomplished something. Yeah, we've seen that. Free thought blogs. Yeah, wow, they've really been so impressive. I mean, get real. Really, I mean, I don't read anyone's blog. Because, I never did, because it sucks. Blogs suck. Sorry. They do. I'm only reading yours because it's about me. If it wasn't about me, I'd say, fuck it. But I don't see anything more meaningful in terms of, there's less noise maybe. I don't even know if that's true. It's just as perhaps the hierarchy's better. The popularity index is more relevant in the blogosphere. Obviously, YouTube videos, everything's completely broken. So you could almost argue that here you are bitching about videos made in a section of YouTube that has, that's basically invisible. And, what's the point of doing that? Obviously, the content isn't segregated. There's no categorization, or at least blogs have the dignity of having some sort of relevant indexing. Google at least index some of the text and some of the comments. YouTube and Google don't index any of the comments on videos, so none of the, or even the description text. So what the fuck? Video content isn't properly indexed, categorized, or even keyword searchable. So it's a huge disadvantage, obviously, in terms of creating a relevancy incentive engine. So, just kind of bullshit. And I remember we went on extensively on ragging or nagging, on the details again, the specific statements I've made, where he, misparaphrases and doesn't include the qualifiers. So, I've argued that there should be a hierarchy in terms of editorial peer review, editorial review, and where, for videos, I tend to think people who make videos should have a little more clout than people that don't, and then commenters should be rated based on the quality of their contributions, and that all these groups should be rating each other and have checks and balances to the hierarchy. So I never implied that there'd be some sort of invincible hierarchy, or where vloggers were essentially had carte blanche. The argument was that they would have to demonstrate that if they made shit vlogs, they'd lose their points. They'd lose status in their hierarchy. They weren't immune. They were giving a presumption of because they put more on the table, more in terms of their own credibility, their ability to be ruined and humiliated and all that kind of crap, where anonymous commenters put up nothing. And I certainly think I don't think there's any argument you can make that's going to rationally defeat that simple logic. So I call bogus on that. These are nice and clear. Yeah. I mean, I really shouldn't complain, because hell, could be snow on the ground too. That could make all of this impossible. So, I hate being grateful for, things not being worse. It just seems like such a horrible concept. Fuck that, says I. Anyway, make sure the stuff is properly winterized before the big horror gets here. Anyway, I think I'm done. Till the next time and such, I guess. Man, I got some pretty good gloves, but my hands are still cold. It's really cold. Yeah, that's what it is. It's cold. Really cold. Till next time. Hit the button. Alright, I think it's an add-on. Yes, it is. Yeah. So I was thinking some more anti-bullshitman bullshit. And so, yeah, he was griping also about, just these videos. He threw a lot of digs in his whole blog post about these videos being just a waste and sloppy and useless, and how, he even brought up the YouTube thing where, I've had accounts ruined and left YouTube, and, but what he doesn't acknowledge is I end up back on YouTube because something goes wrong at the other place you go to. So I went to Blip, and then Blip, turned fascist, and I went to Vimeo. Vimeo turned fascist, and then when I went to my own website, I got screwed over a little bit by GoDaddy and their bullshit, and the software broke, and I mean, there's always some kind of bullshit. So it's not entirely my fault. So I mean, yeah, you can blame me in the end that, yeah, I didn't stay away, but it wasn't like I rushed back for no good reason. There were always reasons that made some sense in terms of how much it was going to cost me to keep making videos on my own website. And so it's just kind of bullshit, for him to bitch. I mean, I certainly have more value added to my videos than anybody else, in the sense that at least I do these external things, and I try to make something happen. I try to create mechanisms to create interest in different styles of videos, different ways to make videos. Remember the idea contest, and that was $400 real I put up. So fuck you. It's, I can't do this change the world thing as an individual, and clearly there isn't too many people motivated to do much to help out. So, and the people who are motivated are, not unlike myself, a bit crippled. So fuck you and this bullshit. And the truth is I'm I'm a vlogger style video maker. That's what I do. I don't have time to, realistically, to do this thinking somewhere. I have to do some shit, and I figure, well, I can make a video on my way to do the shit. I don't see any problem with that. I kind of like that style of video. Fred style. He goes out to walk his dogs and makes good use of the time. So I think it's a bullshit criticism, and I don't think that nothing constructive has come out of this process. I think you talk as if all these videos are the same, and I don't think they're the same. I think they have improved. I think I am making a more concise and sharp and directed argument. So I think it's all bullshit coming from somebody who's done nothing but complain about what other people are doing. What are you doing, buddy? Except writing extensively about how other people smell or stink. Screw that. And the little bit of rational argument you tie onto it is only rational from your point of view, in the sense that you're arguing from scales. It's from different scales. Yes, it's in my interest to walk down this path. It's a good idea for me to walk down this path. Yeah, but in the big picture, maybe not. Yeah, from my personal interest, it certainly would be, because I'm not going to feel very good if I just sit out here all night. But anyway, whatever, that's a whole nother. I want to get into your argument style, or, so I don't give a fuck about style. I think all kinds of style is appropriate, all kinds of ways of having conversations, and I've certainly tried to mix that up. I've tried to, what else can I do? I've made the Philosopher Roundtable thing, I've done question videos, I've done all kinds of shit, and I just haven't gotten enough participation to make any of this shit work. So how does that calculate out to being my fault? I mean, why don't you go yell at the rest of the fucking retarded internet, asshole? I mean, really. Why don't you go question some of your blogger buddies and ask them why they can't manage to make a video? I mean, really, you don't even have to be in it. It doesn't have to be text. You can just read a script with some images, make a point, make an argument, and, see if you can provoke a conversation. What, you bloggers can't do that? That's how your functional capacity. Yeah, fuck you. This is such a bullshit argument. Anyway, the more I think about it, the more pissed off it'll just make me. I'm just so sick of these raggers. They do nothing, and they complain about the guy trying to do something. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Rag on the guy trying. Yeah, great idea. So anyway, crap. Yeah, really, there's something wrong with me. Seriously, got some sort of sinus infection or something. It's leaking into my brain. Yeah, fucking my eyes. I just have that horrible sick feeling. I'm tired. And what else? Yeah, it just ain't getting better. It's been like 3 weeks now. 4 weeks, I don't know. Too many. Well, it's all back to the summer. I've been fucked up. But I was blaming an ear infection then. Because I had the ear infections. Well, obviously, I blame ear infections when I had ear infections. Oh, here I'm adding on this kind of crap. And anti-bullshit man would find that totally offensive. If I'm being a human being in the video. Don't be a human being in your video. Yeah. No, you don't have a real life. You're not a real person. So anyway, I guess I'll put the camera away just in case I do fall in the water. So, I should turn it off, I guess. No point He'll really find it offensive. See, that really just isn't